going on there, jabronis? This is one of them days where I feel like I've run to a million different places to try to get caught up on my ridiculous schedule, and I've gotten nowhere. But so during lunch, I was reading the comment sections of news sites on Facebook, which is clearly a fool's fucking errand. Everybody knows that. But it's what I did. And, you know, this whole situation with the Trump administration and taking down Baghdadi, liberals, I think you've lost your fucking mind. I really do. You know, I saw a lot of commentary about how he's calling people savage animals and, you know, and all this bullshit. And look, I hate Donald Trump. I've made that abundantly clear. I never liked him before his bid for the presidency. I never liked the guy. You know, there was just a thing the other day on my Facebook memories from 2012 where I was talking about what a fucking jerk-off he is. And the only thing he succeeded in doing as president is showing me that I underestimated what a tool bag he was. Right? But you can't act like him eliminating one of the biggest pieces of shit in the fucking world is a bad thing somehow, or you can't diminish it. You know, it's a great thing. Not a good thing, a great thing that his administration successfully eliminated this piece of shit. And there's something fundamentally wrong with you if you want to figure out how the words he used are worse than the situation itself. Look, I can only assume if words are hurty to you that you never watched an ISIS video. I think that's a safe assumption. That's not even going out on a limb. That's going out on a steel girder. If you can get upset by words, you've clearly never watched the videos that the dumb motherfucker talking to you in the van has. And I don't watch these things because I get off on them. I watch them because I feel that if we're going to have adult conversations about the things that are going on in this world, we need to know what it is the fuck we're talking about. So I know what ISIS was doing, and what they were doing, if you don't know, allow me to shed some light. They were killing people in the most horrific manners that they could conjure up. And when they had already pulled off one disgusting display, like a shock jock trying to continually push the envelope, they would level up on the next video and figure out a more horrific way to torturously end a human being's life. They are, by every definition of the word, savage fucking animals. Only equaled by the cartel and the shit that they do. Those people would dismember other human beings and pose them like an art form, like it was the goddamn Black Dahlia murder. You know, and these are the things, this is reality out there. This is shit that's going on. So you can get upset if he calls, you know, Arab people, if he were to say that they're savage animals, then you can get upset, but you don't get to be upset when he's calling actual savage fucking animals savage animals. You just don't get to be upset. You know, it just doesn't work that way. Secondly, Trump pansies, now it's your turn. You're all upset because now the liberals want to remind you that, well, Trump didn't do it. Special ops did it, right? But you know why they're doing that? Because that's your game. That's the way you were playing. Remember when Obama took out bin Laden? What'd you say? Duh, he didn't do it. The Navy SEALs did it. No shit, stupid. Nobody was under the impression that the president himself suited up and rappelled from a Black Hawk helicopter to run missions like that. But the sitting president and his administration were behind the clearing of that mission, just like Trump was behind the clearing of the mission to take out Baghdadi. So don't play dumb games if you don't want those stupid fucking games reversed on you. You're like the kid that we'd all invite over, you know, when we were young. You'd have that one friend that sucked and you don't know why you were ever friends with him now when you look back in retrospect. And he'd come over and you'd play, I don't know, like fucking Yar's Revenge on the Atari 2600. And he'd suck because he's stupid. And then he'd go, oh, today's opposite day. The loser is the winner. You know, that's you. That's what you're fucking doing now. Because everybody has conversations like children. Nobody acts like a rational thinking adult anymore. So on one end, we're upset over fucking him calling savage animals. The other end, you know, you're upset because people have turned your own fucking dumb games on you. And yes, he was booed. I saw this too. You're calling the booing at the World Series fake news. You don't like it as fake news. It's not fake news. There's multiple fucking camera angles from professional journalistic outfits and from people with their cell phones. No, let's do it like him. There was many camera angles. Beautifully shot camera angles. Some people say the best shot ever. Some people say the best ever. That's what we're doing now, right? So it's not fake news because you don't like it. He was booed. Thunderous fucking booing. By the way, the name Baghdadi. Doesn't it sound like you're a pimp in Baghdad? You know, like you'd be like, you know, bitches better have Baghdadi's money. Does Baghdadi have to choke a bitch? You know, like that kind of shit. That's what I would do. If I was a pimp in Baghdad, I would call myself the Baghdadi. You know? Secondly, thirdly, whatever the fuck where we are, I need to apologize to all the little ladies and who post memes all the time. It's not your fault. I came to realize that today after my post about Keith from Some Kind of Wonderful. We were a generation that were raised with very poor messaging in our entertainment. You know, John Hughes delivered some of the worst messaging of all. He sent, like Pretty in Pink, right? We talked about this before. The message that Blaine could lie to Andy and then turn it on her and say she just didn't believe in him when he was fucking lying, and she takes him back is literally setting a pattern for abuse. But she did it because she was a scumbag and she just wanted to be the pretty boy who had money, right? And then we learned that, you know, in Some Kind of Wonderful, he teaches people that it's admirable that Keith pissed his future away to get even with the high school jerk-off who 30 years from then, no chick would want to admit she ever had sex with. We've seen that happen before, haven't we? Like there were these guys who used to crush everything that fucking moved, and now all of a sudden, no women ever want to remember that they were with them. They want to pretend like they don't know them when they see them out. You know? So that should have been the message from John Hughes, but the worst message of all for you young ladies was Luke and Laura. Dude raped her in a disco to Herb Alpert's Rise, and then it went on to be treated as the greatest romance daytime television ever saw. So it's not your fault that you don't understand how the world works without pictures of sunrises and you know, wording with stupid fonts. I was wrong. I was in error. I wasn't thinking about it from a bigger picture. You know, it's not your fault. I mean, I wish you'd still stop posting them, but I get it now. So I apologize to you, but I don't apologize to you assholes who treat politics like team sports. The people like me in the middle, the normal people, and I say this knowing full well I'm in a van driving and talking to myself, but you're still more fucked up than I am. Think about that. Take that in for a second. Let that marinate. You know, get your shit together. Stop acting like juvenile children so I can have a peaceful lunch hour when I try to sit there and read some shit. That's all I'm saying. Hurty Gens 2020.